So if they're going to be playing on the CT side, right? How Mousesports are. What do you do? The standard setup is 3A, 2B, right? Mm-hmm. But we've seen variations in pistols where people put 3 banana rushing down banana and then 2 people coming from middle to sort of like, we've seen all kinds of mad variations of pistol rounds on CT side.
I think the most popular one I've seen recently has been, you know, having someone on the CT side, 2 or 3 players getting aggressive in towards halls and maybe fighting in balcony and one pushing down the stairs to kind of eliminate anyone in alt mid.
Yeah.
And that's a relatively safe way to play it, depending on how quickly you decide to bail out if you get into a tough spot, where you can also fall back if it's something you don't like, and you can have kind of the safety of those halls. So we'll see. They are going to start on the CT side. Inferno is beginning. Map 2, Mousesports trying to fight off elimination. If they lose this, they are out of DreamHack Masters. And a win would take us to a 3rd map, as these 2 teams would continue to fight for the semifinals. Here's Oscar jumping across, doesn't see anyone. Jay's going to swing out wide. He's found 2 very quickly. There's the solution, and a 3rd to build upon it. Chris is a monster. He's got all 4, and he's barely been touched.
Oh my god. Well, that's going to win you the pistol round every single time. Chris J, I don't even know if he knows what happened. He was just falling back. Like, the first shot is... But he's just clicking the pistol at that point. Just wants to get out, and then he's, oh, wait a minute, I'm winning.
I'm killing everyone.
Hold on, hold the phone.
Well, did you see him in that interview, the DreamHack, like the Masters of the Game segment? And he was just like, yeah, like literally, I didn't know what I was doing at this round. I just kind of, you know, just shot the weapon to see if something would happen, and it's very reminiscent of what just occurred. But that's one way to do it. Nice start for Chris J. Can also help you build upon that pistol run. Can start feeling confident. Maybe you have a much better game moving forward, which Mousesports is going to need.
So Moses, you can make it quite far in life, not really knowing what you're doing, as you know. So
as I know.
Yeah. Oscar's picked up the auto shotgun, and I think that's great news.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this.
I think this was their life source, you know.
This might be, I mean, next to Nuke, this might be another good map where you can make the shotgun work. Good tag from Chris with the scout. Not too much pressure being put on him at the moment. S1mple's actually just going to eliminate him.
Yeah, even if he got tagged, he just says, yeah, but I'm going to fight again anyway. Don't care.
That sounds like S1mple.
It does. Stiko, because Oscar is this far pushed up, now Sunny's starting to fall back towards the A side, where Stiko and Rops are holding. And Oscar is eventually going to... I'm not sure why he's falling back. He must know they don't have any grenades or anything to sort of flush him out with, so I feel like he could have probably stayed there a little bit longer. But the rotation for Sunny, if he stays around, is going to be quite important here. This is one of those rounds you just cannot lose if you're Mousesports. You know you have it. You could get the first 3 rounds in a row and just have a bit of a better start on this map. Stiko being wrapped on. They're going to be so close by the time he realizes. Now they found out. There's Rops coming in with 1 good kill. Sunny there in time as well. Electronic does get 2. Pistol's out. He's got 5 health left. And oh my god, he's still going to win that fight with the bomb going down. Oscar almost certainly will win this. And there it is. He did actually get tagged down to 53. So no bomb plant, but a very expensive round for Mousesports.
And I think that's a shame there for Navi, because if they had gotten the bomb plant, I think they might actually even try and buy in this, maybe drop some AKs over. But for the moment, that's phenomenal damage done to Mousesports. A lot of rebuys coming out. You can see the rifles. They're worried about a purchase coming in. And actually, Navi's going to go for it. Early risk here. They want to keep the pressure on. Armor, CZ's utility. They've bought everything they possibly can, and we'll see how close they can get this time.
I don't know how I feel about this, Moses. This leaves me a little bit wondering if they're on the right path. Rops has gone down, though, and Chris is going to be falling back. And, of course, they know by now, Mousesports, that something is a bit different in this round. They would have figured it out. Stiko going to be dropped by S1mple. That's another M4 given over to the other side. Oh my god, he's alone in the pit, isn't he? They're all going to be crushing him. That scout's not going to stay alive very much longer. They're going to be right on top of him, looking to do any damage at all, but he's going to get shut down. Electronic coming in with the kill. This is an absolutely unmitigated disaster. Oscar dies next, and now Sunny, the last one left. I mean, this is just horrifying. That was never meant to happen, was it?
No, but I mean, look at the fight selection. This is something I'm going to keep my eye on throughout this whole game. Is this kind of communication? I don't know if it's confidence or what or something, but you know, in this kind of a round when you've lost and you're in a 4-on-4, Stiko's taking that fight from the wrap side all the way towards mid, and he's all alone. You can give that up, fall back. You don't want to leave Chris J with a scout as the only defender of that 8 bomb site, and that's going to be the kind of worrying thing that we kind of saw in Mirage as well. As Mousesports did a really poor job of finding ways to take fights together. Because we saw it against SK yesterday. They had some beautiful teamwork set up. The ways they were covering each other, the ways they were double peeking things, even on the CT side. Today, they're not in sync that same way. But you have to also say, big risk for Na'Vi to buy in that third round in that fashion. That could have thrown their economy to hell for perhaps, a good, the first half of this opening half.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a massive risk. The fact that it paid off now puts a lot of pressure on the Mousesports team. Orb versus Scout in the middle, but Oscar obviously can't stick around forever. Yeah, he has to worry about that second mid. So like another internal clock in your head that just says, after a while, I've got to do something else.
Flamey's got the shotgun. See what he can do with it on this T side of Inferno. He'll have a chance if he goes towards the end of Halls, as Rops is holding a close angle. Mousesports clinging to what they can with the M4, with the AWP, and Oscar's brought so low. No armor for him. I think he's tagged up a little bit through the stairs, a little bit through the smoke.
Going to be happy about that particular situation. Edward setting up for a grenade towards Archway. See if he's going to follow it up with anything else. Just trying to block off Oscar with that AWP, which makes a lot of sense. He's going to be falling back, in fact. Sunny trying to be a distraction up here while Chris is holding close, and this makes perfect sense. In fact, Chris, he's going to go aggressive, and Electronic gets caught. Perfect timing, but Simple's there, and of course it's a headshot with a Scout.
Right? Anything else, and he might be able to get away there, tag down even. That would be a benefit. So where does Na'Vi decide to go? Looks like Zeus is pressing the issue towards B. They want to cause some presence, and they get the peek out of Stiko. That's what they needed. Here's the shotgun coming to play right in the face of Rops. Bomb is down, though, and Oscar's got a challenge with the AWP. He's got the best chance. Molotov going to come out. Not going to... That's a nice shoulder peek. Bait out the shot and get into the side. Flamey punishes Sunny in a 1 versus 2. Na'Vi have all the advantages.
Bomb will go down with just a couple of seconds left, and Sunny has at least the defuse kit, so he can spend a little bit of time trying to find this, but the problem is they have armor, 100% health for both of them, and weapons picked up. This is very tricky. He needs a clean shot to start it off with. Flashbang, not really going to do too much. Maybe hoping for someone to fire a shot inside just to give their position away. Now, spots out Flamey. Still doesn't really know where Zeus is, and you can tell that, he wanted the extra information.
Yep.
If somebody had made some noise in pit, anywhere that he could have sort of guessed that, then that would have been a different kind of 1 versus 2, but it never happened. He
wanted the mistake to be made as well. He was hoping he was going to lure someone out into the peak. Not actually making plays to go for the fight, so don't blame him too much. It was a tough scenario to be in. It's all tied up now, 2-2, as Na'Vi respond quickly in that third round off the back of great damage done in the second. They've got a great chance to take the lead here. AK-47's rifles on board now for the T side. Mousesports, it looks like they're investing again. Chris J's gone back to the SMG. Oscar's going to have a shotgun, and yeah, the pistol's brought up on Stiko and Rop, so... you want to talk about a big risk of economy. Mousesports is doing the same thing here. This could throw the CT side. Might be a long time before they can recover from this buy if they can't win.
Great work. That MP7 is just, I don't know how he's so good with it. Looking for more, and he actually gets the second kill in Electronic. Now grenades are raining, and finally, they get rid of Chris J, but that's so expensive. Na'Vi having to give up a lot fighting just the submachine gun. And over on the other side, Rops is looking for Flamey. That could get a little bit interesting, too. The timing... Oh, my God. Come on.
I think he spotted the leg there on Flamey. He's actually going to push the issue, and Flamey's not closing the door behind him, so Rops could have a clean shot. He is. There's the immediate dink in the follow-up. S1mple and Zeus versus the world. There's a nice kill. Oscar's got to be cautious. He doesn't overextend. He's just going to hide in boiler, listening for information. Which can be worrisome. 2 AKs still working on it as they come up mid. They've got to clear this out, but the shotgun is going to be perfect here. He's going to love this. Zeus not even expecting it whatsoever. S1mple's the next one up, and Oscar biding his time. Hope he gets close enough. There's the tag. Not able to complete, but damage is done. And Stiko's here with the CZ. S1mple not even aware of the possibility, and he's going to go down for free here. Nice play from Mousesports. Good job from Oscar.
Yeah, very patient, very good stuff overall, and that's a... If you're Mousesports, you're loving the fact that you came back in that round.
It's so, yeah. I mean, you're loving the fact that Chris J is apparently a god with the MP7, uses it better than the AKs.
You brought up an interesting point that I try to think about in the break a little bit. It does change what the team can do in terms of economy when you have one guy who can reliably pick up the MP7. Like, it's a bit weird, you know. And they even have Oscar on that same team. So I guess if you're an opponent of Mousesports, to try and guess exactly when they're buying and not buying might be more tricky than other teams.
Yeah, it could be, obviously. And I mean, it just helps, again, I mean, between the shotgun and the MP7, that's a lot of bonus money that these guys can build up as well. So it just helps kind of fund future buys also. It's just one of those things where at the moment, since it's not super popular, it's one of those things that looks good when it works and looks weird when it doesn't. Oscar with an opening kill and a nice crossfire set up with him and Rops. Rops doing all the work, 3 kills from Pit. Using the attention onto Oscar well, and he finishes things off. That's a nice hold.
Yeah, they tried for that A-bomb site, but they really ran into a big obstacle there.
You're so pleased with yourself. 4-2 for Mousesports. And it looks like they're going to have an easier time in this round. Zeus has bought an AK-47 and armor with no utility. He's bought down to pretty much nothing, but the rest of the team sitting just under 2,000.
This is a very different game for Mousesports.
There goes the hero buy.
Yeah, it's already gone. I think Mousesports is just one of the most interesting teams to watch, and to see them get beat up as badly as they did on Mirage, and then see them have the depth of character to sort of come back and say, we're not out yet, we're gonna keep fighting. That's great. I really think that's something that's interesting and fun to watch. Oscar now looking for the shot at Boiler. It's going to be simple on the other end with the Deagle to take down Oscar. That's a little bit interesting. He does drop very low. And again, they really don't have much else left. That AK, but there's no armor on anybody. This shouldn't be doable. Going to do a bit more damage here. Just keeping the Mousesports economy in check as much as they can.
That's poor timing, and there's s1mple trying to make his play with the bomb towards T-ramp. Not going to happen. Edward with the AK-47 damages the name of the game now. Tapping away, not able to handle it. Chris J responds immediately. 5-2. Mousesports securing their lead, and Navi's at another situation where they're right on the edge of a solid buy, and I think they're just going to go for it. Electronic is already bought up, so is Flamey. So yeah, here come the AK. Zeus is going to be back down to the MAC-10 due to his investment in the previous. Missing some utility, but obviously 4 AKs is good enough to do the damage. Question is, where's Oscar going? He's got that AWP in his hands now. Looks like he wants to go for a peek in middle, around the edge of the smoke, and I think he's trying to hope that's going to be just thin enough, and it is, to see right through it.
Yeah, you could imagine if you're on the other side, you just think, oh,
smoke down.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just cross on over through the middle, and then Oscar probably going to be quick enough to pick up that kill. Nobody holding top banana. Instead, Sonny's at the coffins to get the early spot. If they come, Chris has already got a grenade in hand, and he's going to try and stop them. So, makes perfect sense.
That smoke towards CT spawn. Navi's just hoping it'll prompt some counter nades. Molotov going to be out. He wants to force them forward, Chris, and now he's actually using that to create space for the pop flash. There's the peek. It's a boost, though, and he was looking for it, but he actually challenges about 3 to 4 times, and he goes down, and Sonny wasn't ready for the response. Navi's already in the bomb site, and I think Mousesports might want to think about already saving. Bomb hasn't crossed yet. They've got Flamey flanking behind in the A-halls to cut things off, and there goes Rops. Now, yeah, Mousesports, no chance at winning this. They have to fight Flamey. They have to find an escape route, but he's just eliminating everyone. Easy headshot onto Stico, and Oscar's left in a 1 versus 5.
I'm really pleasantly surprised by the fact that Chris peeked that angle, and I think the fact that he guessed it correctly almost baited him into taking that fight. It's like, he thought, you know...
Yeah.
I saw it coming. All I have to do is just, you know, it's nothing but his face is showing.
It was with a Galil, though, as well.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the most precise weapon, is it? Especially against the armor. You have to do more than just tap at the head one time. Yeah, I mean, certainly the initial fight was fine. I think probably he would wish he could have that back, so he could have just gotten back and covered in the B-bomb site. Everything that Mousesports has is invested in this round. Double up setup on Chris J and Oscar. Rops with an M4 and SMGs in the other two, just so they can have some utility. So decently strong, but expensive.
I would actually like to see if at some point, I would like to know when they have that boost going on, if they are crouched until they hear the flashbang coming out from the CT side. Like, if they're intentionally trying to dodge the flashbang, and when they hear it, that's when they stand up to try and do it.
Yeah.
That'd be really interesting to get a replay of that at some point, because that would tell you a lot about how deep Na'Vi has thought into it. Oscar now waiting with the AWP. Flashbang is going to force him back from the corner. Didn't really hit anyone there. He will take down Electronic. Get another one coming through. Dropping Edward just in time. And he's still sticking to it. They're almost going to be pushed in. There's Oscar, the third kill. And that's great stuff. S1mple trying to bring it back, but they're solo on health right now. Oscar did everything he needed to do in that position.
And even the rotation over from Sunny as well from that B bomb site. So even though they got 2 kills here today, there's still 2 members defending. 1 in pit, 1 in the bomb site. No real chance these ops. Both Chris J actually, he got naded down to 21 at the start of the round, and he actually kept pushing up at Banana to have the information, was able to leg Zeus. Oscar the same way, just never relenting, continuing to hold the angles, continuing to push forward and find more kills. I think the only hope here, you can see Zeus picked up the op, not known for his opping prowess, but he wants to go over towards B, duel Chris, see if he can find this kill. And with this late in the round, Mousesports might think it's going to be a hit towards the B bomb site, but he's got to start making noise now. He's got to do something. You can hear the rotations. S1mple might have his chance. He hears Robs come up. There's the kill he needs. It took a bit longer. That's going to pull the next player back, but there's a chance. 8 seconds left on the clock. Stico presents himself, and they're going to do it. S1mple just won this round for Na'Vi.
You should not be allowed to be this good at the game. Absolutely out of control. The fact that he had the grenade out, the fact that Stico had all the health in the world, he was not going to die to the grenade either. And S1mple going to come up with the ace to clutch the round in favor of Na'Vi. Just a godlike player.
I can't believe that Mousesports bit that hard. Both players, yeah, the time is low, but at this point, there's no reason for Stico to challenge. Around this corner, just stay alive. You could see, even with that kill coming in immediately for S1mple, he only had about a second to get that plant down. That is the stake of epic proportions for Mousesports.
Rush down the middle, but with USPs, so it's not as intimidating as it could be. Still doing a remarkable job at the moment. It's going to be a quick cleanup as the auto shotgun goes to town. 5-5, and leading into the 11th round. Man, that... Yeah, you can see Chris is not happy. Not happy at all.
I wouldn't be either. I'd be just like, what are you guys all doing? What is happening at that A-bomb site?
Yeah, because all Zeus really did was run. Like, he just sort of started...
Chris never even saw him.
Yeah, he was in construction, right?
Yep.
Well, then... You're allowed one of those rounds per map. If you get more than one, it's going to get real uphill.
This is desperate. Chris is really overextending, trying to make the plays for his team, and I guess you can't really blame him, but a couple times he's been punished for this. We did see it with the MP7. He did a great job, this time peering down, almost finding the fights by about a half second, but Sunny and Chris are really stuck here at top, and now flashbang through. This is Zeus's time to come through. He's going to spam down Chris, and he's not checking sandbags. Sunny's still here with the chance. Peeking out, finds a second. And that's going to force Na'Vi back. A great hold. Sunny needed that. S1mple with the op, not in the mood to go for the trade.
Yeah, and Mousesports needs Sunny right now. I mean, he's been playing very well up until this point, but now it's a quarterfinals, and I think he's been playing a little bit under his level going into it during the group stage. He was really rocking at this. One more kill, so that's not bad at all. Triple here for him. And he even spots the bomb. Now, just try and keep as much as you can alive right now. It's great that he can actually pick up the AWP down there at the T-ramp, but don't lose anyone to Edward. There's still a couple of rounds left to play with, and now you're going to buy into the next round, so you want to make sure that you keep everything alive. Stico will finish the round, but I agree, though. I think even if they came out on top with that top banana fight, that was very risky.
Yeah, well, it's even the peaks before those smokes go down, right? When Chris J is actually peering down, and he was chasing between Molotovs as well. Still, though, 6-5, Na'Vi having a very good T-side. Still plenty of time to build upon this. 4 rounds left in the half. Mousesports only leading by 1. Na'Vi's able to win this. They could even buy in the next round, so if Na'Vi wins this, I mean, they have a chance to really balloon and take a lead that Mousesports may not be able to come back from in the second half. Oscar peering down mid, waiting for that. He's tried to take that fight a number of times, and finally he gets it on round 12. S1mple goes down early, but good response from Zeus.
Dropping Chris, and now
So he just spammed through the smoke.
Yeah, I think he did. Electronic was on the other side waiting. Now they're going to go for a boost. If Sunny catches the timing, he could just completely knock this tower down. Ready and waiting. They're inching forward, and Sunny, he's going to get the one, but he can't follow it up. Electronic will take him down, pushing a little bit too aggressively. Wanted to be the hero and open up that whole B bomb site, which is not such a bad idea, but Oscar was somehow in position, and now it's a 1 versus 3 as Rops is going to hit a great headshot on Flamey. And good refragging coming in, good teamwork from Mousesports. They're up at 7 rounds. I think they're starting to get into a fairly comfortable position right now.
Yeah, they're looking much better at the very least, and I think we're going to get a tactical pause here a tactical timeout out of Na'Vi, as they want to talk some things over. But certainly looking much better. I mean, if you think of the difference between this game, difference between Mirage, Oscar at 12, Rops at 11, Chris J at 10, and they just seem much more willing to take fights and much more effective in their fight selection at times. So far, so good. On the other side of things, it's Electronic who's cooled off a little bit, s1mple at 13 and Flamey at 10. But they're doing some work on the T side. They've done enough to really give themselves a solid amount of rounds for the second half. Trying to knock out Mousesports here in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, you really can get great CT sides on this map, but if you know what you're doing on the T side, this is, I don't know, I was expecting a bit more out of Na'Vi. I was thinking they would end at like, you know, 8-ish rounds maybe. And I think there's a slim chance that will happen now. Less of a chance.
No, I think the stat that I saw said that Na'Vi pretty much has been averaging about 9.8 rounds on their CT side. So if you go by that, I mean, if they get 6 rounds, right, that's kind of the winning number for them on the T side. So
that's true.
Just one away if you think purely statistically, which doesn't have a great translation, you know, at all times, but just something to think about their effectiveness in the second half. Robson Stico inside the bomb site. It's a nice crossfire setup. There's Oscar. He's been great with the op. He's really coming alive. Misses one there, but I think he can be forgiven as Rops goes down. Still holding on to the bomb site. Still great advantages. And how does Na'Vi attack this one effectively? Another missed shot. That's going to be the opportunity for s1mple to come in, but Stico's there. And now the rotations are here. Even if Flamey eventually does find Oscar, not a great chance for victory. It's 8 now for Mousesports.
Good attempt. I mean, good impact for Na'Vi, but the push slows down at a sort of a bit of an awkward point, and that gives enough time for Mousesports to sort of, you know, select the right fights and make sure that they can really get those battles in there. 8-5, 14th round now coming up, and 1 AK picked up. We've had a lot of weird purchases from Na'Vi in this first half, I feel like. Like a lot of sort of, you know, scrappy buys.
Yeah, I mean, from both teams as well, and I mean, the risky one was Mousesports, but obviously it's worked out in their favor here.
Oh my god.
That's a great nade.
I love this. They're gonna... do you check for Sunny if you take this fight against Chris? It seems unlikely. He's gonna do a good job the first time around. Now more backup is coming in. Another stunning grenade. Na'Vi just taking so much damage just from the shrapnel.
I think you maybe check for it if you're able to get around the corner. Nice fight from Zeus, bringing down Oscar, but obviously Mousesports didn't allow that to happen, waiting for the pop flash, and they're going to continue the pressure here. They should know Stico is still at this bomb site. He does have a kill, so they should be being told that 2 are at the site, and they've actually spotted him out now. Molotov going to force him into the open, and he's going to try and bide his time in the flames, and Zeus takes him down. There's a flank coming in all the meanwhile. They've got to be careful. s1mple finds one. He turns. He's got the bomb as well. Big fight for Rops to win.
Yeah, with the bomb down as well, now Zeus has got a little bit more work to do. That Molotov was absolutely great, and Zeus played it perfectly. Rops is now falling very far back. He wants for Zeus to pick up the bomb and sort of have to go into the site. And see if Rops can lock him in there. Because there's a difference between Zeus putting the bomb down and having to stay on the bomb site, and Zeus putting the bomb down and being able to escape and play over towards the coffins. And he does go towards the new box. Rops has got no grenades, and I'm not sure if there are any he can pick up. Also no kit, but I feel like the grenades... Oh, he does pick up a kit there. Maybe he could do something. Yeah, 1 smoke. Not exactly what he wanted.
Not the greatest thing in the world, but he still has the chance to drop it on top. And yeah, he's spent so much time, he has no idea where Zeus is. He's got to guess. Zeus takes the fight, and he wins it. Decides not to play for the time, and the exhale of relief. We've seen that a number of times on his face over the years, but a good victory there, and Rops is almost able to take it. That's 6. That's kind of the statistical magic number.
Well, we'll see if the statistics work out for this particular game. But obviously, I think Na'Vi are going to be... They're going to feel comfortable now. Starting to get into that good spot. And still s1mple and flamie playing very well at the moment. Edward having a slightly quiet game, which I think is rare. I think Edward's very good on this. Chris couldn't see a thing. And it's going to be electronic to follow up on Sunny. That is a horrible start to a round.
Well, Oscar might be able to recover. That's the bomb down. They have to go back and get it, so he's at least buying time. You can see the rotations coming in. Deep smoke is going to allow him to push up. Na'Vi needs to get that bomb and just book it. s1mple's going to wait around. s1mple wants to fight, but he's got one coming behind. Oh, he's a smart man, and he's going to get the frag. Turning around. Oscar is next. s1mple jumping through, not ready for that. Good kill from Oscar. Na'Vi is stuck and surrounded inside the bomb site, but they have so many advantages.
Yeah, absolutely everything going their way in this last 15th round. And electronic back there. Zeus doing a lot of damage, so pretty much Oscar's got to do everything here to try and see if they can win just one more round. Mousesports 9 would be great. Zeus is going to be taking down Stiko, and Oscar doing the best that he can, but he's going to get edged out by Edward, so 8-7 here at the end. And we're going to go check out what Stunner's having for us here at the halftime. All right, just a little bit of an issue there, Stunner. You can see you've got to turn it on.
Notice it right at the end, yeah.
Definitely important, isn't it?
Yeah, that would help, but I felt like he was going to have something very, very good for us. Usually,
this is the highlight of the stream, isn't it? That's that good point where you get Stunner in.
Yes.
I usually like that, but overall, I think I think it's kind of difficult to call right now. I know you said 6 rounds like the magic spot for Na'Vi, but I think this is a really open game right now.
Oh, no, it definitely is, especially when you consider, I think you're right, even as we go down the stretch there, how many times did we see just like 1 rifle, 1 SMG, and like 3 pistols, like some very weird buys coming out from both sides of it, so obviously not wanting to give up any of the rounds or any of the momentum, and I think, you know, the team is really ever able to win 3 straight under the pressure of all those purchases, all those weird buys. No one ever got an easy time to rattle off rounds, so halftime comes to an end. Second half starting now, 8-7 in the favor of Mousesports. They've switched over to the T side. We'll see what Na'Vi have for us on the defense. flamie gonna go check alt mid, and here's another push. Edward, we saw Chris J get 4 kills from this position in the first half. Edward not gonna replicate it as he falls deep into the bomb site. There are actually 3 players cheating over here at the moment. Zeus with the counter flash, but he's gonna start heading back towards A.
Yeah, it makes sense. That double pit stack is going to be a lot less useful if suddenly they're flanking from archway. So Zeus has to stick around and put a little bit of pressure on there. Meanwhile, over at the B bomb site, they have 1 smoke on Chris to try and make life a little bit tricky. It's going to be to the CT spawn, and now Mousesports need to do something. Edward, 1 good headshot. Robs with a great return. And Edward now alone at the back of the site. Can he do a bit more? He's going to be going down. Robs will find that one. And now it's a 3-on-4. Bomb is going to be going down as well. This P250 for Robs. He actually does get it a lot in the pistol round and makes a good return on it.
Yeah, big fights to be able to take. And here comes a chance. Look at Mousesports. They're pushing forward. Another one for Robs. Just a 1-tap onto the side of Zeus. And it's just flamie, a 1 versus 3. He can't do anything. Gonna try and fall away. No chance of winning. Yeah, this P250 buy is very effective. We see it on a number of different maps on Robs. And certainly it gives him the confidence to cover his teammates when s1mple is peeking from that coffin. That's not an easy fight for the Glock, but the P250 handles it so well. Especially because you just know s1mple's gonna peek right back into it.
I mean, I also think sometimes CTs can be sort of lured into a false sense of confidence when they're playing in the pistol rounds, because they know they've got that USP at long range. So if suddenly you have the P250, it evens out the playing field a bit. I
mean, surely he heard the noise and he knew it wasn't a Glock, right? He knows it's a P250, but I think at the same time, the amount of times that you play that kind of situation in practice against Glocks, like you don't have that that habit of falling away. You want to keep taking the fight. So big round for Mousesports. They've now won both pistols in this game. In the first half, Na'Vi did respond by the 3rd round.
I mean, for those of you at home looking for a third map, Mouse winning the pistol is a really good sign that that could happen. That might mean that that we're on our way. They just have to survive the next two. Surely that is that's a task that they can accomplish. S1mple challenging the smoke, trying to see if he can find somewhere through. A lot of people on the other side, and a little bit of grenade damage to Edward with a headshot. Another one coming in. Flamey's there as well. Oh my god. An absolute massacre at the B bomb site. Rops now 1 versus 5, Moses. How do you win these? Give me the recipe.
A whole lot of headshots. You got to find some isolated battles. He's got electronic coming from behind. The trouble is the bomb is down in the smoke. Zeus just occupying his time for that flank to come in, and Rop's not really aware of it quite yet. Electronic making sure he's boxed in, not being the aggressor. 30 seconds left, and Rop's just waiting for this smoke to disappear. Once it goes down, he's going to have to make his move, and he's going to have to make them all quickly. It's just not looking likely, is it?
No, especially as time is running out. You know, it's one thing if he could sort of turn it into a 1 versus 2 at some point, and he still has 30 seconds or 40 seconds, then you can play some more tricks. It is a good kill there, 11 seconds, and now he's got to think of a way to die as well, and S1mple's going to help him out. Good.
I was going to say, it's not going to be too hard to find a way to die there for Ops.
Just don't want to get locked in a corner with 3 seconds, and they let time run out, and then they come for you. What
a round from Edward. The initial headshot, Stiko helping out onto Sunny, and S1mple finishing off a player he had tagged earlier, finds that edge around the smoke, and Mousesports cannot trade properly to get in, so they're the ones on the back foot. Now they haven't, neither of the pistol rounds, even though they won both, they didn't convert either of them into those 3-0 starts, did they? S1mple going for more, or Zeus, excuse me, jumping down with the scout.
If you're Mousesports and you look back on this map, and as you said, you win both the pistols, but out of doing that, you get sort of 3 or 4 rounds, you know, instead of the 6 that you could have got. That's not exactly great.
No, I think you also, more so than the pistols and not converting them, you look to that S1mple ace round. The 1-on-2 he wins at the A bomb save with like 7 seconds left.
Yeah.
That's the round that really is gonna sting, that's gonna give you nightmares. So he's gonna have a chance with his scout. He's tagged up another. Not going out too wide. It looks like they want to set up some kind of a B split. As the bomb is down towards T-Ramp still. These Deagles at the moment forcing back the Na'Vi aggression, giving themselves space. And actually, Edward's the only one at B, so he's got to be very cautious how he plays this with an SMG, and that's not cautious at all. Smoke clears, and he's got to fall away. They're actually going to press the issue. Flamey's on his horse. He's on the way back. They don't have any nades to slow this down, though.
Yeah, but in the middle of all the confusion, Oscar managed to sneak his way into Archway through. He's going to go for the CT spawn instead. They're running the other way, but if he catches Zeus, they might not even know what's coming now. There's the headshot. Oscar. Is that going to be enough? S1mple spraying them down. That's 2 big kills coming through, and he needs just a bit more. Only 20 seconds. The bomb is stopped there. S1mple trying to see if he can close the round, and he gets 1 more kill. There's the quad coming in, shutting down that push. Very well done. That could have got way out of control. Yeah, what a luxury it is to have S1mple. Even he doesn't know. He's just shaking his head. Such good kills coming out for him, and he saves the day. That is so well set up for Mousesports as well. Even though they lose the round, you have to give them props. Using the attention towards that B bomb site to find a seam in the defense where Oscar can pick off Zeus, and that leaves S1mple and Electronic all alone at A, but they handle it perfectly. Just due to the benefit of how good S1mple is as an individual. Yeah, a luxury, as you said. I think that's the best way to put it. Because they'd been put in a situation that you'd lose a lot of the time. Yes. Just Mousesports is going to have to, I mean, you see they have the timeout here. They're going to have to start talking about what they want to do during the gun rounds. They're going to have to get started quickly because they're going to have to sit this round out after the investment. I don't think they did enough damage, as much damage they would have liked onto Na'Vi. I mean, S1mple's up to 6,400. This is a round where Na'Vi can really build up a decent amount of bank to have like a 2-round buffer moving forward into the gun rounds. Mousesports would have, I mean, this is a huge test of this Mousesports team. If they can find the strength to grind their way back in the game from this position, that would tell you a lot about how far they've come and what they're capable of. Every legendary team we've seen in Counter-Strike over the years have been able to find one way to
you know, you kind of have to have that ability to win games when you're having an off day.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, make no mistake, this is definitely an off day for this Mousesports team, but they've got to find a way to get just enough to force a third map. Let's see what happens from there. One going down right now for Na'Vi. All 5 players surviving. They're going to take the lead, and actually, this might be I think this will be the first lead they've had all game.
Chris hoping to steal something away, any rifle, any damage that he could have done, but it will be a flawless round for Na'Vi instead. And that money is starting to build up significantly, almost a little bit over 9,000 on s1mple there.
Yeah. And I mean, this it's not really a bonus round per se, but not investing into the op yet on the CT side. So gonna wait until one of his teammates likely goes down. He can pass that AK-47 off if he chooses to go that route. Edward still has the SMG. Looks like he wants to lead. He wants to be the tip of the spear at Banana. Gonna push forward down towards logs. Mousesports not even wanting to fight or wrestle for Banana control early on. They don't have the utility to really trade back and forth.
Oh. He thought about it for a while, Edward, you can tell, and he just gets the perfect timing. 45 clean damage there on Oscar.
Waiting for that spidey sense to tingle?
Yeah. Some players have it and some don't. Flusher's got almost all of it.
I was going to say, Flusher's hoarding most of it.
Zeus, Electronics, s1mple now. Edward starting to creep on over to the A-bomb side. Kind of a classic scenario here on Inferno. Big risk is having the B-bomb side be less defended. Pays off for Na'Vi. Mousesports are going to feel so red, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to... Well, they still have 3 smokes, so they have the utility to isolate some of these defenders. It all is about how long Stico can keep this 4th player here. They've done a very good job of this. Remember, in that eco round, they did a very good job of peeling the defense apart. That's a good kill. That's everything for Mousesports. Edward, he's got to get over. Flamey's the only one here. They're going to come through the smoke. He sees the utility. Flashbang out to delay. Trying to buy time for Edward, who is going to arrive in time. 25 seconds left, spamming through the smoke. Still, it's only Flamey to defend.
Yeah, the back of the new box here. He needs something that might have been the flashbang that he could have gone on. Sunny's going to get 1 kill on Edward. Flamey doing a good job, and that stops the bomb. They can't really put it down. They have to find him somehow. Flamey doing more work. Looking, there's a triple. What a great transfer right onto Chris. And now there's only 6 seconds. Somehow, Rob's going to be able to put the bomb down in the last couple of seconds. Electronic around the corner, and what a headshot to shut down the round. He just rode right into that fight. That's unbelievable. I can't believe Flamey did all that work in the back.
That is so disgusting from Flamey, and it's so smart. Look at how he's playing this. Normally, you're trying to kind of stay behind those boxes and take that fight on the player wrapping you first, but he's using the time, right? He wants to deny the bomb getting in. He wants to deny that kind of progress, causing that player to chase him down and spend so many seconds there, and he wins it anyways. And then, obviously, the very nice shot, Electronic in the one-on-one, the 2 young stars of each team dueling it out. Na'Vi coming out on top, 11-9, and Mousesports with another purchase, that $800 helping them out, but not enough. So few nades to use, and Chris is close up to this broken one. Nade's going to do great damage. Well, okay damage.
You never know with the grenades, do you?
It really is kind of embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree, though. Like I think it stopped short for God knows what reason.
That little pebble.
Yeah, something
Plant.
stopped it.
Plant absorbed all the damage.
Anything like that. Chris is going to be sneaking in. No noise, and oh, that you could tell how close that was to catching s1mple. Instead, though, Edward going to get a kill as Chris tried to push his advantage, and s1mple will catch Stico. So close, and yet so far, Moses.
Yeah, it's looking sloppy now, isn't it? Electronic. Not going to see Rops as the smoke clears. A chance for Rops to make a play for his team, and he's done it. They're going to get a plant down, and actually they have a 2-on-3, and the Na'Vi's very, very far away, so there's a chance here for Mousesports. This would be brilliant if they were able to create something from nothing. A 2-on-5, and they've got a chance to win.
We talked about this. How do you get back when you're losing? And if you're doing around like this, that could be it. Rops waiting inside of Boiler, going to get the kill on Edward, looking for more. Flamey's coming in. There's Rops. Now it's a quad kill. Somehow he's brought them back in the game, and s1mple 1 versus 2, trying to see if he can sneak onto the site, but Sunny will take him down. Unbelievable play from Rops. 2 versus 5, and he just cracks it open for them.
He gives him every opening. That's nice on Electronic. The follow-up as well. for here, it's hard to be too critical of individual. Why not just swing around that corner? Why not go fast? They know you're coming for the retake. It doesn't necessarily matter where you're coming from with your two teammates. Either way, really, really good shots from ropz. 23 and 15 for him. S1mple looking down with the AWP. The next obstacle for Mousesports is up as the op is out in play. And look at Zeus pushing down. Peering towards alt mid. He's going to find some safety, and they're watching for this. He's going to get at least... Oh, no, he's not. Sunny responds, and here's s1mple. That's a critical miss. That would have been a great equalizer to find. So the defense gets thinned out.
I would love to know if that second player on the T-ramp saw Zeus and called it for Sunny, or if it, like, definitely, I think he could have. Like, it's very hard to know how fast the communication is on TeamSpeak at that point, because obviously that was just very close. Very, very close to Zeus being able to open it up. Well, now that they're a man down, looks like they're just going to spread out more or less evenly, which is not risk-free at all. 2A, 2B.
Here's flamie as well. He's got a big job to do. If they're going to play this kind of a setup, this kind of a spread on the defense, it's going to be very difficult for him. The only player here to watch towards rap side, and actually now he's even committing over towards library. He's actually rotating all the way around. Good kill from s1mple. flamie needs to stay here, though. It's only electronic and pit, and he's going to have such a tough time. Nades coming in now. Not clearing him out just yet, but there goes Stigo. Great angle to grab. One kill for electronic. He needs more. He needs to shine, but he just can't do it. And s1mple missing another one. Would have been beautiful to have, and goes for the no-scope and gets it.
It's just so ridiculous. Now it's a 2-1-2. s1mple, gotta respect the smoke for the moment. Puts up another one towards the pit. That'll create a bit of a gap between the two that maybe he could exploit. And Edward sneaking in. The timing, it would be perfect. He's gonna spot out ropz, and he goes down. Now, Chris, that MP7 is really gonna be put to the test. They need to win this round. Otherwise, they might just get edged out. There's one kill. s1mple coming through the smoke. The shots are coming in, and s1mple will take him down. Triple, and he's gonna have time for the defuse as well. What a great round once again for s1mple, up at 26 kills. And that will put Na'Vi at 12 rounds overall. 4 away from making it into the semifinals. This... Would you expect anything else from s1mple at that point?
No, you do kind of see it coming, don't you? That is really well done from s1mple. Triple kill for him. I don't know how actually Na'Vi wins that round with flamie going down to Stico, and then it's electronic essentially in a 1 versus 4, only getting 1 kill. That's so difficult. We always talk about these bomb sites in Inferno are some of the hardest to retake, both of them. Especially if you don't have the ability to cheat a rotate, especially if you are playing like from dedicated to one of the bomb sites. Na'Vi makes it work, and Chris J, we see him getting frustrated between the rounds. That one hurts as well. The nade hitting you and then blowing up. It's never fun.
Especially when you're playing against an MP7 and MP9 and the M4s. Suddenly, that lack of health is absolutely huge. They're just going to get chewed up. Those were both the low players that just... They can't even stand up to that. Well, it's going to be a swift goodbye here for Zeus. There's nothing you could do, is there?
No, there's really not. Listen, it could be from here on out. It might be a swift goodbye for Mousesports in this tournament. They're gonna be down 13-10 unless ropz has another rabbit to pull out of his hat. But they've invested pretty much everything. It's Oscar with 2,500. He wants to have an AWP on their next buy, but they're gonna have to sit the next one out. Losing bonus is not built up in their favor nearly enough. Avi going again with this 2-2 split, and actually flamie with low HP, playing from library, so there is a chance if they can find electronic in pretty clean fashion, because flamie can't get involved. With the SMG, though, electronic probably not going to peek. He's holding the off angle, and I think ropz, no, the knowledge of the angle for electronic, that's holding his nerve as well. If he was peeking out too far, he'd get spotted. They know what's coming. flamie dedicated. Can electronic do anything? That's the bomb down, and that should seal the round.
ropz, 15 seconds, 1 versus 4. He's just got the 1 kill, but again, time is simply one of the factors here. He's going to get one more headshot. This guy's just so unbelievably good. Now he's going to go for the plant inside of the side. He actually fakes it with just 9 seconds left. He's going to go for the plant right now, and he can't make it. He tried to overplay his hand just a little bit. It's almost impossible to call. I mean, it's hard to blame him. No, but yes, it is hard to blame him. That's a tough situation to kind of have the presence of mind, but you do have to put it out as a big, big mistake for ropz not to go down there. They need this money. He's stuck on 650 at 13-10. Yeah.
So even with this round, which actually I thought they were going to save into it, Stico's bought up early in this timeout, so who knows what's going to happen. We've seen them do some sketchy buys, but this timeout, they better find the winning formula. LMBTQ doesn't seem too worried, though, which is weird. I feel like you should be looking worried to a certain degree.
Maybe he's got some ace up the sleeve, Moses.
Maybe he's just like, we got him right where we want him.
Maybe Robs is only at 50%, Moses, and he's getting ready.
He's almost there.
He's got 25 kills at the moment.
Yep.
And he seems to be in that particular part of the game where even 1 versus 3s, this is something he can just do now, you know?
It's great that he's doing so much damage. You could see Navi's struggled to build up economy to feel comfortable with their purchases because of it, but at this point you just need those wins, and Mousesports fully investing into this round, so delaying time for rifles. The economy management on this map will be... I'm interested to see, you know, some analysts after this game, what they have to say, not just the ones in the desk, but just, you know, guys like Lurpus, guys like Duncan out here. Will be cool to see their opinions on how the money was managed.
Yeah, it's been a strange game in that way. There's no doubt about it. Big presence. If they try and come out the apartments right now, I just don't see that happening. There are so many people who can create a crossfire. I think they're gonna be dead on the ground when they leave that balcony. Maybe they don't even get off of it. Running right into s1mple and electronic. It's a good shot from Oscar, but more people are waiting. Still 2 in the pit, and Zeus is going to get 1 more kill in there. Chris and Sunny. Oh, wow, that's a nice flick from Sunny. Very swift, and for some reason it's ended up in a 2-on-2, although Flamey's going to be there with the perfect timing. And now Sunny. 13 health in a 1 versus 2.
At some point, that internal clock is going to go off, and yeah, Flamey checks it. Even though Na'Vi loses plenty of defenders, they do just enough to buy time, and then the bomb is dropped in pit as well, so no chance for Mousesports to get in and get the plant and be able to play passively. They really could have used that plant. Again, the economy down the stretch, they're investing into this round, Anders. I don't understand. I mean, when you're down 13-10, you expect to at least have 1 or 2 more rounds with rifles. They're really doing their best to make this difficult.
They're playing on hard mode.
Yeah, no one likes to play on hard mode.
Yeah, not when there's this much on the line. Maybe do it a different time. What an impossible situation to come back from here. 14-10. Very different if, say, Na'Vi were the ones who were ecoing, Mousesports had the money, you know, like if it was that kind of situation. And Na'Vi really don't have a lot of money, but as long as they're winning well, well, another grenade, please, for the love of God, somebody make it stop. s1mple. Oh my God, they lined up for that shot. I'm not even sure if he saw the second player. There's a quad kill. He's already got 1 ace. He's going to get the last one as well. Oh, my God.
Calling him out as well. Oh, he's loving it.
He's laughing his way into the semifinals. He's just having so much of a good time.
This is the s1mple that is just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, the actual Undertaker, Moses, putting them all right in the grave. He's only dug 1 hole and he's thrown all of them in there.
32-16.
I just don't know what to say. Oh, well.
Look at the difference a gun makes, Anders.
Turns out that's what was missing. s1mple's going to go down. Chris, patient. He got tagged with another grenade, and I get the sense that he's starting to get a little bit frustrated, a little bit annoyed. Going to get 1 more shot in there before he gets dropped, and electronic will stop Stico, and now it's 15-10. 1 versus 3 here is Oscar. Somehow back in action, getting a double kill, and Mousesports, they need 5 in a row. Try and get into that overtime.
It is possible. As you said, Chris with a double kill over towards B. Maybe that frustration finally sending him into Hulk mode.
I'd be way beyond salty at this point if I was Chris. I'd be very mad indeed.
Well, Flamey's just trying to take guns away at the end here. Any little bit counts down the stretch.
I'd be at that speaking in tongues level where you're like, you're not even saying real sentences. You're just like, what? That kind of thing.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, God. Flamey's having a really tough time with these sound cues. Finds 1 if he can take the AWP away. He should go for this. He's got some money built up. Oh, that Molotov could be huge. Oscar running. Go through the flames. No, he backs off. Nice attempt.
That's very... I mean, that would have been great.
Yeah.
I mean, it also says a little bit about Na'Vi and how they are, how they're feeling right now. Sticking around, he could have run to try and save the rifle. They don't have a lot of money, so
that's why if he could have taken that AWP away, it would have been beautiful. Yeah, Na'Vi has they can keep it. I mean, it's hard to do when you're on the CT side against the T side, but grind that economy down so they're missing something moving forward. If you can just take the AWP away from Oscar, which s1mple is going to do.
Don't jump.
It's not the couch this time. It is the logs that he's leaning against.
Not nearly as comfortable, is it? Sunny taking more grenade damage. S1mple tuck up a new angle. Oh, he's going to completely fail that shot, and he was alone on the bomb site. So,
yeah,
what a gift for Mousesports to receive in the 27th round. They weren't expecting it, Moses. Those are the best kind of gifts, aren't they?
Yeah, if you're Na'Vi this round, you're hoping for a kill here quickly. You're hoping maybe this flank can pick off Rops, but if you don't get it, you just save. We'll see what happens. Electronic going to swing around. That's an immediate headshot. And Zeus still against the wall. Rops is going to hunt him down, but they need to start thinking about backing off, and they're losing too much here. Money down the stretch is going to play such an important role, and Na'Vi has none. Those 2 weapons lost is really painful. Mousesports is going to be on 12, and they'll be facing hopefully a Na'Vi that has a plan with their money.
Yeah, that management of the economy is going to be super important here in the last couple of rounds. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I thought when s1mple got that shot, then I was sure the next thing that was going to happen is someone was going to jump that broken wall, and I feel like s1mple's in the kind of mode where he's not going to miss those shots. So if he got 2 instead of 1...
I don't think s1mple expected Mousesports after he gets that kill to go right at him in that fashion. He even, like, the pop flash came in and he didn't even affect him. He didn't even get blind. He just wasn't expecting the swing out. So as many cool rounds as we've seen from there, he gets picked off when he's the only defender at the bomb site. 15-12 as Mousesports make their comeback. And what do they buy around these 2 M4s? That'll be the question for Na'Vi during this pause. And actually, I think they're going to play it. No, they're going to go for the investment just right at the end there. Thomas coming out, being traded over. CZ's being purchased up. Deagle on s1mple. If they do this, Anders, and they lose it, they've got 1 more chance to win in regulation. They'd have to save the next round and get what they can in the last.
We talked on the first map about when the panic starts to set in. Like, when do you start to get a little bit worried? I think if you're Na'Vi and you start to lose more rounds here, that might be it. That might be where you start to feel like, oh no, what is happening? This time they take a little bit of grenade damage. Mousesports they've not even got close to a bomb site in the last 3 or 4 rounds without at least 1 or 2 members getting tagged down to half health from just grenades. So I can't really blame them for being a bit more conservative in this round. I feel like you can understand why they would be a bit paranoid.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they also want to figure out what they're going up against. Edward there. Again, the only player at this B bomb site. Actually, Mousesports is going to send 4 players, and he feels the pressure early, going to fall back. Calls s1mple back, but they don't have smokes, they don't have Molotovs. All of those tools are over at the A bomb site, so this will be a very difficult hold, especially considering s1mple only has a Deagle. And surely, Anders, he's had a phenomenal game, but surely he cannot hold this off with the Deagle.
It's the fact that you said only, Moses. That's what really scared me. Oh, he gets completely caught. The timing is not with him at all. Edward's going to get 1, but they're all right on him. They know where he is, and Chris will take him down. Big double entry here for the captain of Mousesports. And once again, Na'Vi going to be sent hiding across the map. Rops, though, is actually on the lookout for them, and he's going to be catching Flamey. That's a great kill. And 13-15 is going to be the scoreline here. Only question now is, can Na'Vi bring any of this into the next round? They're almost completely broke. Edward's got a little bit of money stacked up. He could do something, but the rest, not so much.
Yeah, they need to save this next round no matter what. They just need to don't buy around these 2 rifles. I know we've seen both teams tempted by saving just a couple rifles and picking up the pistols and SMGs behind it. But play for that 30th round. You want to get the best buy possible. 1 last chance to eliminate Mousesports, make it into the semifinals.
I mean, there's even some talk about that. I think Vendetta sort of brought it up at one point. Like, there does seem to be almost an effect that happens when you save some rifles, and then you sort of like, okay, we'll go for it, and then you just keep falling into the temptation of doing it again and again.
If you think back, I mean, that's like the whole theory behind what Threat and his initial joining of NIP. That was his entire theory behind these save rounds is let them have the 1 AWP and the M4. Don't chase him down. Let them buy around that, and we'll take as many rounds as they want with, you know, against an S1mple and an M4 and 3 pistols. We'll play those all day long. Works for a time, but there's a number of them you can win. It's just in round 29, you want to have one last good fight. That's what Navi's going for here. Electronic is boosted up on the flower pot. S1mple with the deagle, looking to just grab one scalp before falling away. Might get it in the hands of Chris J, completely blind, and he can't complete the kill. Thought it would be a headshot, but that's not bad. I think he's going to be okay with that. The tough part is thinning out all this defense is always going to be an advantage towards Mousesports. Edward is up next, and he looks like he wants to play with this smoke.
Doesn't it just also tell you something about how S1mple's brain works? He's like, I'm going to get the headshot, and then he's already like one step further ahead looking for the next fight immediately. So it's actually a surprise to him that the first guy doesn't like, oh, wait.
Something didn't go according to plan. This boost, Mousesports could have trouble with it. This could be it. Navi, they've got a good call, a good read of the situation to win it here in the 29th round.
Trying to get through. They want to go the whole distance, want to see if they can get into that overtime. Great opening from Sunny. And Electronic, surely he's going to get spotted up here. A little bit of damage, but nowhere near enough. One of the rifles done. Seuss and Flamey, just get out. Get a gun if you can. Seuss is going to be gone. That's the AK dropped on the ground. That's a bit of a shame. They actually kind of needed that AK. Flamey's got very low money, $1,750.
Yeah, they would have loved to have that. Bit of a mistake there from Zeus. We've seen that a couple times. So one more timeout being called. You could see there already. So Navi know they're going to want to discuss things. Flamey would love to just be able to grab a rifle if they can. And Stiko backing towards top banana and actually...
But even failing that, Flamey's armor is actually important now.
Yeah.
Because if he has to rebuy the armor too, he can't really buy anything else. So the fish, Moses, they're done. They're not going to survive the blast, I'm sorry to say. That's what the whole map's about.
The fish?
Yeah, they're really valuable.
Really valuable. Well, so is this round. Very valuable indeed for Navi, able to eliminate Mousesports, deny them that extra prize money the semifinals will bring. Mousesports maybe a little bit surprised to be on the back foot here. It's Navi on the verge of an upset, losing map 1 in such a large fashion, being able to claw themselves back. We mentioned it's a test of this team to see if they can win a game when they're having an off day. They're on the verge of at least forcing overtime to give themselves a chance to do so. They've had to win 4 in a row to get here, and it's been all 4 have been bomb plants.
You see how much Navi's coach was talking? Like, he was really into it, really giving him that motivational speak, saying, come on, we've got to do this. Close this out, get to that semi-final. Let's not go and play a third map. 15-14, ladies and gentlemen. Moving into the 30th round, it is right on the edge. Navi, one more round, and they're going to be in the semi-finals. And Mousesports, they want to try and see if they can prevent that, get into overtime. A little bit of confusion. I'm not sure why they're all stacked on top of each other there at Banana. Yeah,
I was going to say, that's not what you want to see out of a timeout, is 3 players not really understanding who's sticking around, who's falling back. Not in the 30th round, but they figured out it's going to be S1mple. And why not, with the AWP playing on top of that half wall. And look at all this nades over towards the A bomb site. They're going to come right out. Electronic is blind. What? He's blind again. They've jumped over him. Stiko has no idea, and Electronic is going to be able to pounce. That's unfortunate, but Oscar has found S1mple at B, and Navi is scrambling to close the hole in that defense, but they just can't do it.
He stood on his face to get over him. Unbelievable. Now it's a 3-on-3, and Mousesports struggling this kind of flank from Sunny. If he makes too much noise, he's going to be heard. Flamey's right around the corner. He hasn't found out yet. If he can get just one kill, Flamey, that would be huge, but he's not going to do it. Oscar will take him down instead, and now it's looking great for Mousesports. This might be it. In spite of all that confusion, Oscar's going to take down Seuss and Electronic. He's been playing a great quarterfinal so far, but this is a very big task ahead of him. 1 versus 3. No kit picked up currently. Can maybe steal a couple of grenades along the way. There's the kit and the smoke. Couple of tools in his backpack to help him out, but still, the bomb has already ticked a little bit, and they have got a great 3-ray crossfire. They're going to go and peek him. Here's a little bit of an attempt, but Electronic simply running out of time and running out of health as well. Oscar will take him down for the quad kill, and that's overtime on map number 2.
That is a great round from Mousesports out of the timeout, switching the pace. Navi was not used to that amount of pressure coming into a bomb site that early. You don't get to see how S1mple was picked off, but it's Oscar who does it. Even spinning for the flank here. He has 3 or 4 big kills, I think that was, in that round.
Yeah. I can't believe he jumped on
Stico
the
and Electronic, yeah, just jumps right over him.
That's and the only reason he didn't know is they were both flashed. He had no idea what was happening.
And just when they were about to get unflashed, a follow-up came in. Like, Mousesports was just bombing those over, just hoping everyone was blind. And you could see, like, Na'Vi didn't know exactly where they were supposed to be rotating to cover that off. They didn't know exactly where the attack was, because that wasn't like a full force hit from Mousesports. That was one player going up ramp side, one player coming out of the A holes. Na'Vi just kind of get lost in the craziness. So
4 ops, Moses.
4 ops on the map. Double op on the T side and CT, and it's Flamey who wins that initial battle. It is 16k MR3, and look at this stack towards the end of halls. Rob's going to be in some danger here, not expecting that. I believe that's the first time we've seen that level of a push. And Edward getting aggressive down Banana. Sonny was ready for it. It's s1mple here all alone again. Flashed back, but he's just going to grab a new angle. He fights as he retreats, which makes it so difficult to gain ground. And Sonny is forced up because of the Molotov.
He really wants to turn that next corner, but he's just not sure about whether or not anyone else is there. And I think if he knew s1mple was alone, he might have tried for it, but it was never really clear. s1mple now, more grenades raining into his feet. He's going to have a really tough time. They tried to go for that bomb plant inside of the smoke, but Stico getting caught now. Oscar and Sonny, 2 versus 4 here in the first round of overtime. Sonny coming in with a flank. He's had a bit of a quiet game, but if he could somehow open up and get back in this round, all is forgiven. s1mple ready and waiting, but he's just got such a good read.
He's also got great trust in his teammates, calling out, telling them that they've got the main choke point. So just worry about the wrap behind. They knew one could have slipped through. Desperation from Mousesports trying to get that bomb planted in B, but I think they're caught off guard. The Hall's aggression and the pick onto Chris. Didn't know really where to go from there. Oscar doing what he can. 20 seconds left, trying to hit some miracle shots and not expecting the vertical one, but even almost was able to land it. You can see just how deadly and dangerous he is, but 3 players survive. Double kill for Zeus, double kill for s1mple. First round for Na'Vi in 5.
I've got to say, s1mple does enter the overtime with 34 kills. Like,
it's madness, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. Oh, well then, 16-15.
2 aces as well in this game.
2 aces, yeah, why not? I mean, why not? If you're brand new to the game and the format and everything else, we're looking for the first team to get to 19 rounds with the overtime format. So that's an easy wing to look out for, just in case you weren't really aware of it. s1mple's been trying to get the shot through the wall a couple of times, and I think he's maybe legged someone once, and it's not going to be connecting this time. You can shoot right through it, but no luck so far.
Looks like Mousesports, though, they've gone back to a very simple T side. All 5 players towards Banana. Na'Vi got aggressive in towards holes, and actually Zeus is already rotating back. He's got the good read. They're trusting Flamey to watch top mid. s1mple's got to be careful. He's out in the open. He's got to at least hit one. Edward holds him off for just a moment, and there it is, just as he gets blind. He's able to live, able to be mobile and move to the other boxes. Peeking around, sees one more, but almost overextends. Zeus is here to protect. They can gain no ground on s1mple. Zeus with 2 headshots, and that's going to be the 17th for Na'Vi.
That was very good defense. In spite of the fact that the boost didn't do nearly as much as maybe it could have, that smoke that s1mple puts off, it creates a wall that you see how he's running behind it here. That's so smart.
I think the rotation from Zeus is the big one. He had such a jump on that hit. He had that red 10 seconds before it came in. So really nice job from the Na'Vi captain. And Mousesports looking like they might have to make another comeback in second overtime. They need this round. They had to win 5 straight to close out regulation on the T side. And now that Na'Vi is able to get all the nades and all the weapons and has all the money in the world, they've been stumped again.
More shots being exchanged over here. Oscar on the other side. s1mple trying for the flick and doing some damage to Chris. Going to be back around the corner. It's not easy to catch s1mple at this position. I mean, never mind the kills that he gets, just the time that you have to spend and the energy to try and push him back.
Look at the return onto Chris as well for attempting to chase him down as they hear these footsteps, and Edward has just been lobbing those grenades against the skybox, and he's doing massive amounts of damage. Now a very timely smoke Molotov from s1mple. I think that gets extinguished.
Yeah. And they're going to be rotating back, so Chris has to stay alive. This is a fake. He can make a little bit of noise, do a little bit of damage, keep 2 or 3 players over here. That will make a world of difference. Zeus walking into the corner for the flashbang is going to get the kill on Stico. And not a bad return. And now the rotation started to happen. Chris is joining in. Flamey and Electronic going to combine for a kill. Flamey getting another one with the bomb down. Consecutive headshots, taking down Sunny and Oscar. Really beautiful sequence from Flamey. That's important. And Chris is going to be dropped by s1mple, of course. It will be 18-15 with Na'Vi winning all 3 rounds on their CT side in overtime here. And 39 kills on s1mple.
Flamey just clotheslining all these people down the stretch. So well played on the rotation. A nice crossfire set up by him and Electronic. Yeah, Mousesports gets stumped. But just to be critical one last time, Anders, it does make you say down the stretch for Na'Vi, if they play the economy a little bit better in those past 5 rounds of regulation.
This is proof, right?
Look at the defense they have when they have all the money and all the nades and the double ops.
Yeah, we have scientific proof, Moses, that is going to be better.
At this point, through the history of Counter-Strike, I feel like we could have a pretty large sample size as well. So, you can take those results to the bank. 15-8.
One more round 18. For Na'Vi. Well, yeah.
Whatever.
We were doing so well on the math just now. we're right on it. We had it going. You had to ruin it. Simply grenade coming in. Tagging up Chris. Maybe he's put on his magnetic helmet or something today and he's just forgot about it and it's just attracting all the grenades. Oh, the boost. This is dangerous, but they catch one. Electronic not going to let that one go. And now Sunny, are they going to push him? They really, really want to, but actually Stiko's running the other way. Sunny's, maybe he just made the call himself and said, no, I'm fine. That seems risky. I would have thought maybe Stiko would have kept running to try and save him. I
think Sunny knew he had the Molotov down. He had the smoke to follow it up, so he's at least safe. He just didn't want any kind of a quick rotation to get punished. It will be interesting to see when they call him back, though. Sunny's able to pick up, I think that's Chris's smoke that he followed it up with, so nice find for him. Na'Vi not really doing a whole lot across the map at the moment. s1mple has an AWP. He's at T-ramp with the bomb. Some utility being used over towards the B bomb site, perhaps to just make Mousesports a little bit nervous. Makes Oscar get aggressive on ramp side with the AWP. Makes Stiko commit to this B bomb site. And all the meanwhile, Na'Vi's going to rotate back towards A. 2 smokes, a flashbang, and a Molotov. They can actually bypass Oscar. But they're just going to do contact. They're going to walk right into his scope. That's a mistake. And the game is given up. 20 seconds, and they're all here at A. They're running out of time, Na'Vi. They're not hitting this. There are going to be 3 players here. 1 to watch the rap side with the M4.
This is classic Na'Vi, isn't it? Almost no time left. Electronic going to take a bullet to the face. 1 missed shot from Oscar. s1mple right on it, but he's going to go down, and that's the bomb drop. It's almost no chance. What a great kill for Oscar. Does it one more time. The triple keeping Mousesports alive. I can't imagine how exhausted they're going to be when this is all over.
If they have a third map, yeah.
Yeah, they've played with their backs against the wall for so long now. Every single kill is critical. Could be the last one for them. 18-16.
I cannot believe Na'Vi just walked up middle with no utility being used. Oscar is going to eat that all day long. Zeus tagged down to 8 HP. Nice find for Chris. The double ops is back out for the defense.
Now they're just waiting. I'm not sure what they were expecting because it's not like Mousesports have had a great deal of aggression on their CT side. I think Oscar's been trying to sort of get a little bit of a fight in the middle sometimes with the AWP, but
he has, yeah.
It's not been the most overwhelming situation. Zeus actually wins the fight. That's when you're down to what, 8 health, and you can do that for your team. Yeah, that just feels amazing.
That's why they give him the AWP, right?
Yeah.
And low HP. It's not a huge deal. Just go take a fight. That's a nice pick. There's actually no one at the B bomb site for Mousesports right now. Oscar's hustling over. It's always tough to rotate into this scenario because you never know how. Like they could be turning the corner right now, and he would never know. That flashbang, Zeus gonna just take the shot. So now he's been able to shore it up, but it takes a big piece away from that A defense. We saw him in the previous round, triple kill with the op when they attacked this site. That luxury is not there for Mousesports this time.
No. This attack is looking great for Na'Vi at the moment. One entry kill, and this all crumbles. Sunny is going to be the one to go down first. Rops, he's been playing an outrageous game, but they need him now more than ever. Stiko on the bomb side, getting shut down. Rops is gone. s1mple with the headshot. Electronic to take down Stiko, and now they're 1 kill away from that semifinals. Oscar, 1 versus 5. This is never going to happen. s1mple at 41 kills. How do you not get into the semifinals when that happens? And there it is, 42 at the end. Why on earth not? 19-16, and Na'Vi are going to make it one more time. What a god.
Yeah, that is so huge for s1mple. What a big performance. But you have to say today, yes, and